Next, we move into Women We Love. It's been a while. Thanks for staying with us. She is a management consultant, certified criminal forensic specialist, education activist, and public speaker. A passion for leadership and social responsibility has led to the launch of several initiatives. Welcome with us, Taiwo Ololade, Salvador. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on this show today. I appreciate it.
Your CV is scary. Like, it is one certificate, one course. Your CV is loaded and impressive. Please tell us how you acquired that level of academic excellence over the period of the years I've seen. It was really, really impressive. So tell us about yourself, man.
Wow, my name is Taiwo Ololade, Salvador.
Okay.
Growing up in Lagos, I went to CMS Grammar School. I have one teacher that really very hard on us, Mrs. Kasumo. She's very tough on us, and she will tell you, because you see yourself here today, you don't know where you're going to be, and you cannot say you want to have one career. You must be able to have knowledge in different areas. So when they call for this, you will have knowledge and idea in that area. So, leaving Nigeria to US in 1986, I was like, okay, when I get to US, it's kind of new thing to me. I didn't know what to do. But with the training and the support that she gave us, I was able to start with volunteering because I didn't know what to do at the beginning. I started with the volunteering. I volunteered for the home, privilege home. I volunteered for the youth. I volunteered for the governor's office in New York and the mayor's office. So from there, I was exposed to different things. And sometimes we have to go to the court. And I see the way they dress and the way they talk. And I'm like, I want to be that one. I want to be this one. So, and I went and asked somebody, how can I start this journey? They gave me the right way, like a counselor. So I went and enrolled to different schools. My goal is to have idea and knowledge of things that I can bring back to Nigeria. How did I get into criminal justice? Left and right in the 90s, a lot of Gambinos, the crime family, are all over the New York. And when you see all the lawyers going in and out, in and out, in and out, I say, okay, that is the area that I want to go to. What are they talking about? How are they helping these people? But it now dawned on me. When I did my research and the amount of the parents are not able to do anything. Then they're ward of state. So they are being sentenced to 5 years, 10 years probation, community service. And I was like, yepa. I started the class. I moved from New York to Florida. In Florida, it's more conducive for education. As long as you can read or go to school till 90 years old, you can do whatever you want. So I started with that. Going to court, I started with paralegal. Then from paralegal, and I said, I don't want to be doing too much research. I want to be in court doing that job, go. So I switched career to criminal justice. When I got to criminal justice class, I was like, wow, this is it. We're training with the FBI, we're training with this, we're training with that. Some of my professors are FBI trained. And that's how I started. Finishing the school, and I said, okay, I want to major in the area where youth and community can be benefited from what I did. So I started with mental health home. Mental health under criminal justice is a huge area. We have a client from 9 years old to 99 years old. How can I help these kids? I started going to the homes. The program that I venture into is called community rehabilitation. The rehabilitation program is huge, and there's a lot to do in the community. They have homes in different areas that a 9-year-old or 10-year-old cannot go to jail. We place them in a community setting. It's a fast-track rehabilitation or the transition. The transition is the one that you transit them after spending a whole lot of time in prison. You put them in there. They can transit within 1 or 2 years. The fast-track one is to not send them to jail, but put them in a community setup that they can learn. Some as much as we might not go to school. Some of them are not literate. So we have to help in different areas by implementing a program in that program to educate them, to change their life, and also to prepare them to go back into the community. First offender that haven't done anything much to be placed in the criminal justice system can go into this program. So we started in there. I started with 40 clients, and they see how active and more involved because I go extra mile. When I'm doing my forensic, this is what you do. You have to find all means to make sure that this client did not go to jail. So you have to present these reports, psychosocial, community report. As far as I do my job, I go back to their primary schools. I go back to their previous community. Something went wrong along the way. And for this person to now go into this area of crime. So when I present my case, my report to the judge, it's very, very intense. I love to do more finding. Good. So they now look at me like, why did you have to go back to their primary school? In primary school, they are doing well. But along the way, something happened. It could be a divorce. It could be lack of income for the parent. It could be the community. It could be peer pressure. You know? So something went. So if I really want to prove a case to the judge, to aid in sending the offender back to the community, I do that. If I really want to aid in making sure that that person goes to jail, yes, I will do that too. So I fall into different aspects. When you see me coming to court, you don't know which one I'm falling into. So it depends on the report that you get.
Let me get in one question for you from Mariam.
Yes. So going through what you've done, you're working with rapid response unit here in Lagos, and you major, specifically on cultism, and of course, given all that you have just shared with us, I wonder how that has translated in working with the youth here in Lagos concerning cultism. It's something we read in the paper day in, day out. Young people are involved in this, and I'm wondering how your expertise and experience has helped with that fight here.
Okay, you have to understand crime. There's a home crime, there's a community crime, there's a state crime, there's a peer pressure crime. People doing the MMM, that's another crime, and that's peer pressure, and that's peer pressure that breed greed. So what you have to do, you need to understand the terrain, the area, the community. What is the community giving the kids? What is the community giving the parents? Some parent doesn't have the knowledge, but in the community, there's a whole lot of different things. This one is selling this one is doing it, this one is doing that, and the kids come into that setting every day. So when they don't see the love at home, definitely you know they're coming to their peers outside. And some of them are being pressured to go into that crime. So you need to understand, study crime. At this computer crime study, we study different crime and how we can stop or minimize in certain area. So what we do, if a particular crime like the blood, we have area in Florida, this part cannot cross to this part. There's only one road that leads them. If this one comes here, there's an issue. Nigeria, we need to study our community. And we need to have the community support, the community development. Back in the days, if you walk through the street of Surulere, where I grew up, they know where you're coming from, they know where you're going. If you're doing anything not nice, they will call you, they will let your parents know. You'll find out, how did they know? How did my parents know what I did back then? And they will be beating you from this street to that street till you get home. But here, we don't have it anymore. We have different people that come from different states, settled in Lagos. That culture that we have is not there anymore. Everybody is hustling for money. Parents is hustling for money. Parents is talking about money in front of the kids, how to dupe somebody, how to gain somebody. They're selling pure water for 10 naira, but I can sell it here for 20 naira. What are you breeding in that child? To know about greed, to steal, to con somebody. The police need to study more crimes in certain area. You cannot use the crime in Shomolu, sorry about Shomolu people, to judge the one in Ikoyi. It's a two different crimes that they have been committed. So our police department, our RRS, our CID, they need to study a particular crime that, with this pool. You know, back then, pool destroyed homes, pool destroyed family. But now we are glorifying pool.
Yes.
Bet this, bet that, bet it. Did you know how many people are crying right now? Even dead because of somebody used their money to do betting. A lady was supposed to get married, and the brother used the money to go and pay for the ajogba, all the stuff for the wedding. He used the money to go and bet. Win 79,000. He put the 79,000 back and win 0.
Okay.
So we need to come back to community police if we really want to work on the issue of crime.
Sadly,
and gang.
We are completely out of time, and then you're seriously a wealth of knowledge. We'd love to bring you back on the show. Bisi, would I ask the last
very
question?
Quick question. So what are you currently working on? What should we look out for?
Okay, stemming from all the program that we did do in US, I now decide that, Taiwo, you are coming home. I came home to Nigeria. I left a job that's paying lots of money, and I said I want to come to Nigeria. I want to set a precedent for my own kids. They didn't grow up here. How can I tell them about home? So I said, okay. I came to Nigeria. I went to different community that I want to just volunteer. It's not even an NGO there. And I want to volunteer to read to the kids. Because I went around and I see that the level of reading in Nigeria, our kids don't read anymore. I do competition in writing poem. I can write poem. I can write letter. But now, they don't do it. Wow. So I said, okay, if I start with something like that, judging from what Mrs. Kasumo trained us, I said, okay, let me start reading with them. Oh my goodness. Let me start listening to them.
Totally out of time. There's no way, as in, I feel so, it hurts to cut this story because I want to hear the entire gist, but we're out of time. We'll definitely try to bring you back very soon, sooner than we usually do. But thanks for your time.
It's called TOS Educational Initiative.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the youth in the community.
All right, so go
much.
check out what TOS Community Initiative is doing. Thanks for joining the conversation today. For all our guests, we appreciate you. That's all we can take on the show today. See you all tomorrow. Bye.